Paris, the city of lights, love, and legendary landmarks. But with only 2 days in this incredible city, I had a tough decision to make. Should I immerse myself in the vast halls of the Louvre, where the world's greatest art treasures await, or should I ascend to the top of the world's most famous tower? Both the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower are must-see attractions, but time was not on my side. Each experience takes at least 2 to 3 hours, and I only had one evening left. The fear of missing out was real. I didn't want to look back and regret not visiting the top of the Eiffel Tower, so the decision was made. I quickly jumped online and booked my ticket on getyourguide.com. With just a few clicks, I had my spot secured for an evening guided tour. A perfect choice, as it promised not just stunning views, but also fascinating stories about the Eiffel Tower's history. As we made our way to the entrance, there was a bit of a wait for the elevators, something to expect when visiting such a popular site. The queue for the elevator was long, but our guide, knowing the ins and outs, led us to another entrance with no line. The anticipation built with every step closer to the elevator. After the security check, it was time for the big moment. I mean, look at this thing. The Eiffel Tower is even more impressive up close. The evening tour was highly recommended by many travelers. As I approached the tower, the excitement was palpable. There's something magical about seeing the Eiffel Tower in person. We've all seen images of the Eiffel Tower, but being there in person, standing at its base, is a completely different experience.
You saw the line on the outside, right? And this is the rest of it. Okay? Well, don't worry. Don't take it down. Okay?
For those who don't know, the Eiffel Tower was completed in 1889 by Gustave Eiffel as a temporary structure for the World's Fair. Standing at 330 meters, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world at the time. Initially, it was meant to be temporary, but thank goodness they changed their minds.
If you're scared of heights, I highly recommend you to do it. Let's face your challenge. Huh? Now.
I went skydiving already.
Guys, please get your tickets out, okay? Just gonna scan your ticket.
There are 2 ways to get up the tower, by elevator or by stairs. The stairs are a great option for those looking for a workout. With time and energy in mind, I chose the elevator. The ride up is an experience in itself. As the elevator ascends, Paris begins to reveal itself below. A sprawling city full of life, history, and beauty. The first stop is the first floor, home to a restaurant and several interactive exhibits about the tower's construction and history. You can even step onto a glass floor if you're brave enough, but I was eager to see more, so we quickly moved on. Next, we reach the second floor. This is where the view truly starts to impress. From here, you get a sweeping panorama of Paris. The city stretches out in all directions, with famous landmarks like the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, and Notre Dame clearly visible. The Seine River winds its way through the city, reflecting the evening lights.
For the designs of the inside of the statue. Now the Americans responded the gift. Woohoo! Right? But they gave us this mini Statue of Liberty. That's really...
It's worth noting that this floor can get quite crowded. After all, around 5 million people visit the Eiffel Tower every year. That's why it's essential to book your tickets in advance. I was lucky enough to secure mine last minute, but that's not always the case. The view from here is insane. You can see all the major landmarks, roads, bridges, and churches. It's like a real-life map of Paris. From the second floor, you can take another elevator to the summit. Now this is where many people wonder, is it really worth going all the way to the top? The answer depends on what you're looking for. The summit offers an unparalleled view of Paris, high enough to see the entire city, yet close enough to make out the details of its landmarks. There's a certain thrill in knowing you're standing at the highest point in Paris. in the very structure that defines the city's skyline. At the summit, you can take in a 360-degree view of Paris, with the city laid out like a map below. The experience is more than just about the view. It's about being a part of history, standing where so many before you have stood and marveled at the beauty of this city. This Iron Lady is an engineering masterpiece. Despite initial criticism, it quickly became a beloved symbol of Paris and remains one of the most visited monuments in the world today. Standing at the top of the Eiffel Tower, looking out over Paris as the sun sets, is something I'll never forget. The city feels both vast and intimate, with each landmark clearly visible yet connected as part of the whole. It's an experience that goes beyond just a great view. It's about being part of history. It's one of those moments where you realize that some things are tourist attractions for a reason. Climbing the Eiffel Tower is an absolute must for any Paris visit. The views, the history, the atmosphere, it's all unforgettable. Just make sure to book your tickets in advance, especially if you're visiting during peak season. If you're planning your visit, be sure to book your slot in advance on getyourguide.com. Not only will you secure your spot, but you might also find some great discounts. I've included the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more travel adventures.